What is up YouTube, and welcome to this Westworld video. We'll be discussing predictions for Season 4 and some of the many unanswered questions from Season 3 because there is so many. If you enjoyed the video, then please drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video. And with that out of the way, let's dive in. So one mystery late in the season was when we saw the return of Clementine, who seemingly was part of Maiev and Serac's crew. Considering Dolores copied herself so much, she technically isn't actually dead. Now we saw Clementine make a reappearance after a while, only for her to turn a complete and utter full savage and lop the head off of the Yakuza leader, who was actually Dolores. Now that would simply be it, but as I said, this is Dolores, and we see Clem walk out of the building with the head, and of course the pearl would still be inside there. Considering that Charlotte Hale is also a Dolores clone who has broken bad, then I would like to know what they are actually going to do with that pearl, because it is a big thing there, and it is all the data of that version of Dolores. And where did Clementine actually take it? Because, well, she was aligned with Serac and Maiev, with Serac now out of the picture and Maiev working with Caleb. What the hell is going on? Now, at the end of the Season 2 finale, we saw that Dolores not only tried to delete the guest data, but she also sent all the host data to a satellite, and we are yet to have actually seen where that went. The host data is a big mystery, as I mentioned, Dolores, and considering the fact that she actually wants to make it so that only the hosts survive, then she will actually need an army. The guest data is also a big mystery, considering that Dolores brought back William, and as we know, Ford had all of his data, so his host version must have been a combination of the host data and the guest data, so these must be playing heavily into the future. So I'll be curious to see where she actually sent this and where she sent it for safekeeping. Presumably those mysteries and secrets may have died with her, but she also has copies of her, so I'm expecting that we'll probably see that more in Season 4. Occasionally in the show we saw the maze, which was a huge part of the first season, showing the path of consciousness for the hosts and how it was actually a maze, and this is how they go on and work out how to be a real boy, so to speak. Now what is very weird is how we actually see it pop up in the real world here as graffiti by people after the Rehoboam data has actually been leaked by Dolores to the world. Originally I thought this was a sign that we are in the mirror world and how this is a clue that the humans are working on their way to consciousness, and it could be a whole metaphor and things like that. That may actually still be the case, and perhaps it is actually just a visual clue that humans are working up and finding the light like the hosts were over the last 3 seasons. Still, it will be nice to know where this is actually going, and it is just a weird thing not actually to follow up on or ever mention ever again, just like Poochie and just like the other Skinner, we never mention it again. Another one which wasn't even spoken about in the show, it was never spoken, only shown, but it was keenly spotted by Reddit, and it was how William and Caleb actually have the same reference number on their Rehoboam files, which is really weird when you think about it. Now this could just be a muck-up by an asset designer or a set designer, but it is a very big one, because the biggest fan theory possibly of Season 3 was the fact that Caleb and William were perhaps somehow the same person.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
So that's really weird there, and I would like that to somehow be mentioned, and I can't really think how that would move forward, but if they are the same person, that sends shockwaves throughout what we know so far, because we've seen most of the early life and the later life of William. We just never have actually seen the middle part of his life. Now let's move on to some predictions for Season 4, which is set to air in 2022. It just seems like HBO just want the show to drop viewers heavily, because this finale this year was down 18% compared to last year's finale, which is a real shame, and it seems like fans are dropping off, and it is not a new viewer friendly show. You have to be able to watch every single season. I guess that goes for this every other show, but this is just one hell of a mind bender. It's even more mind bending than Stephen Moffat's run on Doctor Who. Now the post-credit scene with Dolores and William, and also host William, is very weird, as we now have a bitter and twisted version of Dolores with memories of Hale's life merging into one. She turned on her creator there, the original Dolores, because, well, she seemed to know that the humanity humanity cannot be saved. While original Dolores wanted to actually save humanity, well, this version is now twisted and wants to destroy it because she knows what they're like and that they cannot actually be saved. Now, she's actually building an army to do it, and I would expect this to be a big thing moving forward. As we have post-credit scenes from season 2 with a host William in the future, and we have a William and a Bernard now in the future, this is interesting because we possibly will be getting 2 timelines. I think that we will be getting 2 timelines again next season, with the aftermath of the war being in the future and being in the park. And what I would like to see is 2 main scenes, or the main scenes at least, take place in the future, and we actually learn about Caleb and the war in flashbacks, just like the Terminator. So we'll see 2 timelines once more. I'd be excited for that. So essentially my prediction is that we will see humanity and hosts evolve together, but something will happen and we'll see a war happen. Now, that may be a bit too much like Terminator, but let's not forget that Westworld is basically a remake and a reboot of the original Westworld movie. That is that. And we will have Caleb use his army of outliers from Mexico because they have survived. But that's it for this video. Please drop a like. It does help out massively, and please do subscribe with notifications on if you want more, and let me know what content you want to see in the future. And I'll see you soon, and goodbye.